Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Story Saturday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Now, you all know that my brothers are easily able to get me to do things. See, I'm not so much this way anymore as far as peer pressure. However, when I was little, my little brothers were like the people I looked to, or my older brothers were the people I looked up to so much. So I was pretty easily manipulated back in the day. So this story occurred when I was about 8 or 9, and it was actually during the summer, so we had a lot of time to kill, and it was just like, all right, let's just find some stuff to do. So during the summer, when our friends were on vacations, we needed to find things to do. So our idea of fun just was not the way that you really should have fun, because it involved cars and super soakers. Now, you guys are probably already running that imagination of yours saying, oh my gosh, what awesome story could he tell from this? Now, let me tell you. So I live in a circular-shaped neighborhood. It has one way to get in and out, but it is in the shape of a circle. So on the corner of the road that leads into my circle was a light pole. My brothers had the glorious idea to go stand on the said corner with super soakers. And our entire idea of fun was to covertly squirt water from our super soakers onto passing cars. So here we are. It's just my oldest brother and I. We're on the corner, excitedly squirting cars that drove past. And we pretty much just scared the crap out of them every time they drove past, because there's like these little kids with super soakers, and they just basically spray water all over your car as soon as you drive past. So it's like, all right. You know, thinking back, it was probably pretty dangerous what we were doing, because it was probably a pretty bad distraction of what we were doing. But, you know, we don't think about that back then. But we thought we were the biggest little trolls out there, and we're like, all right, yeah, I think what we're doing is very, very time efficient. So every time we successfully sprayed a car, we just freaked out and started celebrating. That was until the one car came. Now, we had successfully wrecked about 5 or 6 cars, and our confidence was getting a little bit better. And at this point, we were nearly out of water, so we decided to get super confident and completely drench the next car with everything we had. So, from the distance, the music is playing. We see a car coming. Now, it's a black Nissan SUV. And then we get ready. We start to pump our super soakers. And as they pass, we completely drench it with all the water we have. Now, to our horror, we see the SUV's brake lights come on. And what happens next? The SUV turns around. And at this point, my life is flashing before my eyes. At this point, I am determining the fastest way to fake my own death. But unfortunately, it is too late. This chick, the chick that's driving, just pulls up and starts yelling at us. She's like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, well, we're just here. We're just spraying cars. She's like, what is in that stupid gun? And we're like, we respond. We're like, hey, it's just water. It's okay. And as soon as we tell her that it's just water, we proceed to go and just drench her front bumper in front of her eyes to show her that it was water. And she pretty much just angrily drives away. And as it turns out, we saw her drive to that house. Now, every neighborhood has one of those. Those houses. It's the house that is super sketchy and scary, and no one wants to know what happens in it. It's one of those houses that you think people are secretly murdered in the night. Anyway, she was probably the owner of that house, and it turns out it wasn't really that scary, but it was pretty scary to see her and the person that lives in said house. So at this point, I start to panic. I had a Razor scooter at the time. That's how we kind of got around in the neighborhood. We'd always ride our scooters and such. So I rode my Razor scooter pretty much as fast as I could, and I went home, and I left my brother to carry 2 big super soakers as well as his own scooter, so he basically had to walk back to the house because I just took off running. I was so scared. I was just so on edge. And as soon as I get back, guys, I just curl up in the fetal position just in my garage, and I'm just sitting there just, oh my gosh, I'm just so on edge. And finally, my brother comes up. He just rides up. He actually refills the super soaker and then proceeds to completely drench me. So I'm just laying there in a puddle, in a little ball, shivering, shaking, and I'm just crying my little eyes out. And at this point, I was expecting the cops to come and arrest me. But it turns out she didn't actually call the cops. But I was just so terrified. Like, this lady was so scary, and then my brother came and completely drenched me with water, and I was so uncomfortable. And Basically, since that moment, I was never able to look at that light pole ever again without thinking of that incident. Not entirely true. It was only about 2 years until I had the courage to look in the vicinity of that corner. But guys, I did learn my lesson. So remember, if you see kids with super soakers, it's more likely that they are probably filled with paint or acid. So don't get too close, because if you see kids with super soakers, it's most likely filled with acid or paint. Because logically, that's what the lady probably thought we were doing. She probably thought we filled up our super soakers with paint and started shooting cars. Now, it's not actually a good idea. Please don't take that from me. Or more than likely, she probably just got stiffed out of the last chocolate bar at Walmart. But either way, guys, she was very salty. And that was our little idea of fun, was to go around and wait on street corners and just shoot random cars with water. But, you know, you gotta get some sort of entertainment when you have nothing else to do, right? Anyway, guys, yeah, that was the story of when the lady turned around, and it was the scariest moment ever. Not really. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the story, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Goodbye, everyone.